Oh, hey guys. Hey, listen, here are my top summer hiking hacks for beating the heat while hiking in the summer. And as you can see, I'm working smarter, not harder. I'm inside doing this. It's like 100 degrees out here. So sit tight, follow me. We got the top summer hiking hacks, and let's get into it. Before you even step foot on the trail, you should think about time of day and locations. And what I mean is, in the heat, obviously the morning is best. If you're not a night hiker, you should definitely look into it or get used to it. Get yourself a headlamp and get some mileage in either in the early mornings before sunrise or in the evenings after sunset. This will significantly cool the temperature down and make it more easy for you to make your hiking experience that day enjoyable. Before you set out, route plan. So I have a favorite hike of mine that starts off, semi-miserable, and when I'm tired and I have the mileage in and it gets hotter, by that time, I'm hiking in the hammocks, in the jungle-esque, landscapes, and in that kind of time, there's a potential for rain. So all those accompanied together makes it for an enjoyable hike as far as route planning. Additionally, think about shade and other, things that you're hiking with. Obviously, if you're hiking in the mountains, it's going to be a little different than hiking, in Florida. But listen, if you see the sun, it can cook you. So in 100-degree heat, give or take, you have to be smarter with trail planning before you even step out there, because if you're not planning these trips, these hikes, you're gonna fail from the start. So take the extra 3 minutes, go onto your favorite app or Google and do yourself a favor and put these together so that if you do nothing else, that you won't get cooked. One quick thing I wanted to add for the route planning is starting and ending points. So start at a cool place, and cool, I mean like literally like temperature cool and also like cool. So start at like a lake and end at a spring, or walk through rivers or canals, or start at somewhere that has cooling stations, or you walk through a town or something of that nature where you can keep yourself cool and it's also cool. Hydration. In the heat, this could be the single most important thing in this video. If you take nothing else, you don't watch it from here, you forget, or you just say, I don't care about anything else on this list, this is the most important. Dehydration is the cause for most search and rescue scenarios in the heat, because people think, I'm gonna take my 16-ounce water bottle out with my 4 friends and that'll be good. No. What you need multiple, liter water bottles, some smart water bottles. You need to buy some sort of water bladder or water bag. I'll link below what I carry. But even if you need it or not, you should be carrying in your day pack or your backpacking bag a 1 to 3 liter bag full of extra water. Yes, is it extra weight? But in the summer heat, that's worth carrying, in my opinion. You can use it to drink at will, keep yourself hydrated, or use it to dump on your head or your friend's head just to stay cool. Because if your piss looks like Mountain Dew, you messed up. There's something wrong here, and you're in some serious trouble. So on top of that, carry extra water. And a tip of mine that I like to do, the night before I'm going for a hike and right before I depart, I pull it out of the freezer. So turn your water bottles sideways, put them in your freezer, and your freezer bag as well. Stand it up so it's a big chunk of ice before you head out. And right before you leave your house, fill it up with water, so that will maintain your water and keep it cooler for at least a short period. Now that isn't going to keep it cold for long, but an extra 15 minutes from the start may make it better for your start to make the long-term hike better. So keep that in mind. Freeze it. Also make electrolyte ice cubes. So the night before, if you can make some sort of electrolyte ice cubes, put it in there as well. Don't just put the packets in there. If you can, I'm talking, this is more of like a day hike scenario. Obviously, if you're through hiking or you're on an overnight type thing, longer mileage, you can't do that. Most people day hike or camp or something of that nature. So this really only affects them. But if this is you, the night before, mix some electrolyte solution up and make ice cubes so that it's a slow cold drip into your water and it stays cold. If you can't do that, please get plenty. I repeat, plenty of electrolytes. Get yourself some element, because water itself is not good for hydration. You need some sort of other mechanism to put electrolytes into your body to keep it hydrated and safe and healthy and working, okay? Essentially, milk would be better because of the fat, the protein, the sugars, than water. Yes, water will keep you cool and hydrated, but you need additional methods to keep your body working out in that heat, because you are sweating and all that stuff is leaving. So do yourself a favor, walk to your local store, whatever you got to do, pick up some element. That's just what I seen that works the best for me. There's 100 million different brands, but element seems to work the best for me and the most bang for the buck and tastes the best. So check that out, put it in there and drink it. Okay, even if you have to piss every 3 miles, you're doing the right thing. Okay, if you're thirsty when you get out there, it's too late. You're gonna be drinking way too much water. You need to get ahead of it. So hydrate. Let's start this again. Like I said at the beginning, hydrate. Let's talk clothing. As you can see, I have a very lightweight, light-ish color. Orange is my favorite, that's why I wear it. But a moisture-wicking material. So for you watching, you want a UV or UPF lightweight, light-colored material. Spandex, polyester combination. Again, check out the link below, and I'll pop some up on the screen as well. Some of the clothing that is ideal for you to wear when hiking. If you're hiking in a dress or hoodie and sweatpants or boots or anything of that nature in the heat, that's a recipe for disaster. For me, it's a strange concept, but I either hike with, as minimal as I can, short t-shirt and some lightweight shoes, or you want to dress up like a fisherman ninja where you're covered, long sleeve shirt, lightweight, and some light hiking pants with a hat and sunglasses on. Adapt to your hiking style. But for me, I use a material that is UV or UPF that blocks the rays, keeps me cool, keeps the sweat at bay, and if I do sweat, or when I sweat, it wicks it away and it dries quickly. So this is ideal. Wear light colors as well. Orange looks cool, but listen, hey, white, light blue, yellow, very light colors. You combine this with that sort of material and you're on your way to, a happy hike. Let's talk a little bit of gear. If you're hiking at noon, then you've unlocked the king boss son of heat. And you're gonna need every tool that you have available to you to fight it off and to keep your hike, not miserable. So a couple things that, gear-wise that can help you are going to be basically a cooling towel, which you can freeze, or it's moisture wicking. You can keep the moisture off you, toss it over your head, whatever you want to do with it. That's probably my least favorite of this whole list and most useless. However, I like to keep it on me because you can use it for anything. Next would be a UV umbrella. And I'll pop it up on the screen, but they're pretty cool. It's like walking with your own personal cloud. Do they look the best? No. But when you pop that bad boy up and you're walking with it, The sun, it's like your own little personal cloud. You're walking and it keeps the heat, the sun, and it brings you your own portable shade. So definitely worth looking into. The weight is very minimal, and it also can help you with the rain. But that's like a catch-22 because, I recommend hiking in the rain because, again, it will keep you cool. Plus, Florida rain is semi-enjoyable when it's raining out, when it's just your day rain. So it's fairly enjoyable. So great piece of gear to have on you, and also very inexpensive. So next is a cooling fan. Now they make 50 different kinds of these things, but I'll show you and link below which one I like to use. And it's hands-free, it's lightweight, and it does a plethora of different things. You're walking with a portable fan, you're walking with a misting spray. It's like walking through a fan at Disney and just putting your head into it and just enjoying the cool weather. But this is while you're walking. Not the most aesthetically pleasing, and you might get made fun of out there. Might have one of us be like, what is this guy doing? What the heck is that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah, joke's on them when you're nice and cool and enjoying your hike. So check it out. It is definitely something I like to keep in my arsenal for anything. And a lot of these can be, used not just on your day hikes, your backpacking trips, but like cutting the grass, taking the kids to the amusement park, and on and on and on. So just keep these in mind. They have dual purpose. So when you make that purchase, you're not just doing it for a single thing. Weight and pacing. I want to stress, take a break. If you're hot, just take a break. A lot of people push for big mileage or want to get their day hike done, and that potentially causes issues. It's as simple as just stopping for a couple minutes and just taking a break. But pace yourself. Yes, if you want to crush some big mileage and get from your point, of course you're going to want to push yourself. But 1 to 2 miles per hour hiking, one foot in front of the other, man. Hike your own hike. You'll get there. So just pace yourself. It's not a race. The only race is you racing to the hospital when you're overheated, and nobody wins that. So just keep that in mind. And additionally, me personally, I'm an ultralight backpacker, hiker guy. So I like to keep all my gear as minimal as possible. I don't know about you, but just think about carrying 50 pounds of crap on your back or carrying 10 pounds of crap on your back and hiking through the heat. Which one to you is more preferable? Now, if it's your day hike, you're not going to be bringing a lot. Your first aid kits, water, sunglasses, hat, those are all things that are common that you're going to be bringing. But if you're backpacking, just think of the difference. And I'm a big fan of hiking your own hike and hiking whatever style you'd like. But I can tell you from experience, when I first started hiking, I brought not just one kitchen sink, I brought 2 of them. And I was absolutely miserable in the heat in the mountains in July in Virginia. So that basically kicked off my ultralight backpacking adventures. And I'll tell you what, I don't regret it at all. It's been absolutely amazing. Makes you so much more agile and work less. So just keep that in mind, even when you're going on a day hike. Me personally, I like ultralight. So anything you do to keep your weight down, whether it be just, you don't need the extra garbage in your pack. Just think about it, be intentional before you sit out there, because it'll help you. So as we finish up here, I guess I have a couple extras. Is limit your miles, sleep with your tent cover off, and just use your brain. It's free, that doesn't cost anything. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I'm here. Shoot me a message or comment down below with some of your favorite, hacks or cheat codes or tips for hiking in the summer heat, because I don't want to see anybody on the news. I like you guys, so I don't want to hear about it. And with resources like these, it's easily preventable. Guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope this video helps somebody. And if it does, let me know. And if you have any cool tips, tricks, I'd like to hear them. And with that, I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going to go fill my water bottle up and hit the trail. Guys, thanks, and we'll see you on the next one.